Hello, my name is Robert Gonzalez, and my case study was done on fast fashion's ethical crisis, profits at the cost of people and the planet. I got my article from the LA Times, and the title of the article is Can Anything Slow Fast Fashion Down? Lawmakers are giving it a go. An introduction to this topic is that the fast fashion industry, led by companies like Shein and Temu, provides customers with affordable and trendy clothing. This convenience comes with significant ethical concerns, such as environmental degradation, labor exploitation, and unsustainable consumption patterns. Now, these practices of this industry affect consumers, workers, and all living things on Earth. Addressing these issues is essential to maintain the health of our environment, worker well being, and the longevity of our economic system. So, some key details from this case summary are regarding who is involved in this issue, which are the fast fashion brands like Shein, Temu, and Zara. So, what is the issue at hand? So, these ethical challenges include environmental degradation, labor exploitation, and unsustainable practices. How long has this been going on? So, fast fashion started around the 1990s. However, the negative sides of it have started accelerating since the early 2000s, and they continue today. So, where is this issue going on? So, this is a global issue with production hubs in low wage countries, especially, and markets in developed regions. So, why is this issue a thing? The fast fashion industry is driven by customers' demand for affordable, trendy clothing and brands' pursuit for profit. How is this issue being carried out? So, it's through ultra fast production cycles, low cost manufacturing, and mass marketing of disposable fashion. Who benefits from the fast fashion industry? So, consumers, fast fashion companies, as well as vendors and retailers. So, consumers gain access to affordable, trendy clothing. Fast fashion companies achieve high profit margins and market dominance, as well as vendors and retailers benefiting from high sales volume with low production costs. Who is harmed in the fast fashion industry? Garment workers, the environment, developing countries, and ethical consumers. So, garment workers face poor wages, unsafe conditions, and immense production pressure working in this industry. The environment suffers from waste, pollution, and carbon emissions. And developing countries are burdened by waste exports and with overwhelmed waste management system. And then ethical consumers struggle to find affordable, sustainable alternatives. Some important facts about the fast fashion industry are that according to the UN Environment Program, the fast fashion industry is the second largest consumer of water and accounts for about 10% of global carbon emissions. A 2018 US Department of Labor report found evidence of forced child labor in the fashion industry in Argentina, Bangladesh, Brazil, China, Indonesia, Philippines, Turkey, Vietnam, and other countries as well. So companies like Zara and Shein claim sustainability efforts, but fail to deliver on their promise due to their massive scale and their pace of production. So New York lawmakers have crafted a bill that would require major fashion brands doing business in the state of New York to map and disclose supply chains to avoid labor exploitation and environmental harm. Some strengths of the ethical perspectives regarding the fast fashion industry include efforts like Zara's sustainability pledges and Shein's secondhand offerings reflecting growing awareness of the dangers of the industry. So, also, government interventions in France and New York indicate a shift towards systemic accountability altogether. Weaknesses include that these measures are often superficial, failing to address the core issues of overproduction and exploitative labor cycles. Along with that, consumer behavior continues to favor cheap, disposable fashion, continuing the cycle again. The first ethical dilemma surrounding the fast fashion industry revolves around Earth futures, where many fast fashion brands face criticism for high pollution levels, waste production, and resource depletion, all contributing to environmental harm. The second ethical dilemma includes economic and asset considerations, where fast fashion aids access to trendy clothing but promotes unsustainable consumption. On top of that, economic models focused on speed and cost efficiency over ethics undermine sustainable growth and long term economic stability. The last ethical dilemma is social political considerations, where fast fashion production frequently involves exploitative labor practices in developing countries affecting workers' rights and communities. My recommendations to crack down on the fast fashion industry include regulatory action through government intervention, where I believe governments should enforce stricter environmental and labor laws, such as mandatory supply chain transparency, and penalties for noncompliance in doing so. Along with that, corporations have responsibility. Fast fashion brands must transition to sustainable production models focusing on quality, durability, and circular economy practices. Lastly, consumer education. We need to raise awareness with campaigns about the true cost of fast fashion. That way, we can encourage ethical purchasing decisions in the masses. What I would like for you to remember is that fast fashion presents ethical challenges related to economic growth and social/environmental responsibility all around the world. Next, collective action from governments, corporations, and consumers is necessary to address these issues. However, we can help spread awareness ourselves. And lastly, sustainable and ethical business practices are crucial not just morally, but also for the health of the planet and society. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on my video or on my post in the discussion board. Have a nice night.